Hey there, welcome. And this is my Friday morning slow glow class. And with this particular class, we're going to be spending the hour focusing on restorative yoga, yin yoga. It's going to be very, very soft, very, very slow. And here presented almost as a balm to mind and body and to soul. So you see behind me I have a few more accessories than usual. And I'm going to talk about what I have here, and then there'll be an opportunity to pause the video in your own time, collect anything you might want to collect, and then you'll be able to come back, unpause the video, and we'll continue. So, of course, we have this mainstay of our yogic arsenal. We've got our blocks, and I actually have a couple more blocks, because if there's one thing I've found with restorative yoga, you can't have too many things to support yourself with. So equally, we've got 4 nice big cushions. Now, in many yoga studios, we would of course have the big cylindrical bolster. I don't have one of those here yet, so we won't be using one of those, or I won't be guiding the use of one of those. If you have a bolster, of course you use that as and when. This is all about adapting as you need and as your body guides you to. Additionally, we have here a big towel and a little blanket. Now, because I'm in Bali and it's not very cold, my blanket is actually a sarong. It's quite thin, but it's still comforting to place it over the body, even if we don't need the warmth. If we're somewhere a little colder, maybe we have a cozier blanket. This thick towel will also function like a blanket, but we might place this under the body, maybe under the knees for padding. So this could be a towel, this could be another blanket. Again, whatever you've got access to. Finally, we have a little blindfold. Again, many studios will have a little bean bag. You might have a little bean bag if you like collecting yoga props. Otherwise, a flannel might do. A sleep mask, of course, is designed for the job. It's just something we can place over the eyes to help us with our pratyahara, with our withdrawal of the senses, helping us to drop inside. So, blocks, cushions or bolster, blanket or 2, something for the eyes. You can go away and have a look for those now. And then we'll meet back in a moment. So as you're ready, we'll come to sit together and begin. Now, if the knees are coming up high, we're going to start off, we're going to sit on our blocks. And we might even choose to sit on 2 blocks if the knees are still floating. Really as high as we need to be so that the knees can drop down. Imagine you're sitting on the edge of a chair. And the pelvis is just at the very edge and the legs falling out here. If this isn't comfortable, maybe we can't have the knee compressed. Maybe we can draw the legs out and bring the soles of the feet together. Then we might bring our cushions and prop them under the knees. So we're not asking the joints to do too much. We're finding our way to get the knees at the level of, or ideally slightly below the hips. And we're supporting that with the props that come to hand. So we didn't have the cushions available. Maybe we had the blocks. And we find where those might sit. They might sit, for example, under the thigh and the knee there. So looking to find our softness. Hands gently resting the knees or the thighs. Lifting up. Bringing the hands, the heart onto the belly. And listening to the mantra. Om Namah Shivaya. Breathing. Settling back on our blocks, knees relaxed. Bringing right hand to the belly and left hand to the chest, to the heart. Softening the gaze. Listening to the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. Checking with the shoulders. Maybe you need to roll the shoulders back a little. Just here for a moment or two more. Seeing if we can start to feel heavy. A breath very gentle. A bigger inhale, filling the body. Opening the mouth, let the air fall out of the mouth. Let the hands fall to the thighs. And we're going to very, very slowly, keeping the gaze very soft, start to move down onto our hands and knees. Keep the movement really slow. As we come off our blocks or our cushions, we're finding our thick blanket. Okay. Keeping the gaze lowered and soft. And we're coming over onto our thicker blanket. Keep the tops of the feet down, or you could tuck the toes. Gently lowering back towards our child's pose. And then we're gently rounding the back. Exhaling back towards our child's pose. Inhaling, arching the back. Let the head be very heavy. Exhale, moving really slowly. Stretch out the back here, maybe sink onto the heels, onto the thighs, and walk the hands forward. Maybe the forehead wants to come down to the mat. And if this isn't possible, maybe we can't put the body on the thighs. Let's bring our cushions. And we'll lay the body onto the cushions between the knees. And we're walking those hands forward. We might be lying on a bolster if we have the bolster. If we can lengthen the back of the neck. And here we could bring a block for the forehead. If the bum has started floating, let's see if we can come back up until we touch the bottom down. And we'll build our support up until we can rest the forehead and be heavy through the bottom. And then see if we can take away one block. And then perhaps another block. Head heavy, buttocks heavy. Softening, feeling the body heavy. Then we're gently lifting up off our support. So we're maybe pushing into the heel of the palm, walking those hands. And we're coming to sit up on the heels. So keep listening to the body here. If we don't want to be sitting back on the heels, can we get a cushion? Maybe two cushions. And what's going on? Are we curling forward? Let's see if we can feel one hand on the tummy, one hand on the sacrum. This. Tucking it under. And growing tall. Don't stick out the chest. A few breaths here. Let the eyes close back down again. If there's too much weight in the heels, just try to lift up, push the feet and the ankles down. And then we're going to come back towards our hands and our knees. And a very gentle cat and cow here, so the knees and the wrists are on our thick blanket, pulling the shoulders back. Inhale, raise the chin, raise the bum. Exhale, curl the bum under, arch, push into the hands, feel that nice stretch across the shoulders, and give the head a little shake here. See if we can get a bit more tension out of the neck. And maybe there's one of those big sighs out through the mouth here. Keep the breath out and drop the belly. Inhale. Heart coming forwards. Roll those shoulders back. Exhale. And we're going to come to find a gentle supported back bend here. So we're going to get a cushion here like this. Maybe bringing our blanket forwards. And we're going to try and get our hips to come down just behind the cushion so that the stomach is on the cushion. And wiggle yourself back until you feel that the tops of the thighs are coming down. And we might already be feeling our back bend here. And we're going to get the forearms on the mat and the toes. See if we can put this cushion in the way. We're going to try and draw the legs away. So I've got the whole forearm down and I'm pressing down a little bit through the forearm, and then I'm going to see if I can lever the body back with the feet, keeping the hands there. And then feeling like I'm pressing the hands down and pulling them towards me. Maybe I can lengthen the spine. And this takes the pressure off the low back. The head's tired. Maybe we can drop the head. Keep pushing the feet down. So you can see the bottom of my legs is lifting up because I'm pushing, drawing the pelvis back with the feet. And as I do that, I can feel the muscles in the tummy activating. And as I breathe, feeling the abdomen expand. Softening on the exhale, but keep the feet active. In a minute, we're going to come to our next pose. Getting ready to move. Gently walking the hands back. Tucking the toes. And we're lifting ourselves back to our all fours. We might want to take a moment to move our blanket, get our knees back on the blanket. And we're just going to have a little wiggle here, so maybe we're just moving hips from left to right. If the hands are getting a bit tired, might try coming back onto the forearms. Just rocking the pelvis from side to side here. And let's explore that a bit more. So we'll come down onto the back. And notice as I'm moving, keeping it really soft. Really, really soft. So you want to lower down. Maybe you're going to use the hands to support. And we're going to come down onto the back. And when we get there, we're going to take our blanket. We're not going to cover ourselves with the blanket just yet. We're going to pop it just behind the back of the head. Lifting up the head. Maybe even lifting the head with the hands, drawing the skull back and away, feeling the neck long. And getting the blanket just so it's supporting the head just a little bit, encouraging this nice length in the back of the neck. And you'll know when you've got it because it feels really, really nice. Let's walk the feet towards us a little bit. And we're coming up onto the tiptoes of the feet, picking up one knee, picking up the other knee. Hands are going to find backs of the thighs or the shins. Exhale, we're gently drawing the knees towards us. Exhale it away. Inhale, gently draw it in. And hold. You might find the lower back lifting up off the mat. That's fine. Make sure whatever's happening is feeling really yummy and like it's doing us good. So a little further away might be what we need. If the knees don't like to squeeze, maybe the backs of the thighs suits our body better. Finding a little length through the lower back, moving the knees away. Putting the hands on top of the knees, and we're gently rolling over to the right. We're feeling the left hip lift off the mat, shoulders staying grounded. Inhale back to the center. Square up, feel like we're really flat on the body, on the floor. Exhale, rolling onto the left hip. Try to leave the right shoulder down, so it's only a small movement. Inhale to the center. Exhale, now we'll roll across the body. So now the shoulder will lift off, gently rolling from one hip to the other, the body and the back of the head following along. So first we feel the movement in the pelvis, and the movement finishes in the back of the head. Massaging the back of the body. Eyes could be closed here. Next time you come to the middle, gently lower the feet back down to the floor. And we're going to walk the feet out a little bit and just let the knees gently come towards each other. They might meet in the middle, they might just be coming towards each other. Check in with the head again, maybe lift the head back up and put it down again. Just the hands on the tummy. And we're going to come to our pigeon on the back. So pick the right foot up, and we're going to see if we can cross the ankle over the left thigh. Now, let's find where our blindfold is. We're going to start using the blindfold. And we might want the blanket now, because we're really being very still on the back. So maybe we're going to bring the cushion or a pillow under the back of the head for support instead. And we're going to find our blanket. And just bringing the blanket over the body, maybe over the legs, like so. And just before you put your blanket on, I want you to watch what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to bring my right hand onto my right thigh. My fingers are pointing towards the knee. The palm is in the middle of the thigh, in the body of the thigh. Fingers are pointing up to the knee, and there's a gentle pressure on the thigh. Now we might find that the elbow isn't particularly keen on floating, and this is where we get creative with our props. So we want the body to be entirely relaxed. So I'm going to bring a cushion in here. A block might suit. Tuck the cushion next to me, and my elbow is on that cushion. And so I'm really supported, drawing the thigh away. And then we're going to add the blindfold. Covering the eyes with the blindfold. Gently drawing the thigh away. The only activity is a gentle flex of the foot. The right toes gently drawing back towards the knee to protect the knee. Find a spot where you feel good and then soften everything. By letting gravity do the work. Staying in our reclining pigeon here, listening to the mantra. breath here. Very soft and smooth, just through the nose. Maybe the left hand is resting on the tummy and we feel the rise and the fall of the belly, the soft breath. So in a few moments, we're going to move over to the other side. We're going to do it really, really slowly. So if you can, we'll keep the blindfold on. If we need to look at where our props and things are, that's fine, and we'll just put it back afterwards. So gently, maybe using your hand to help with the movement. Bring that right ankle onto the left thigh. And a little rock from side to side of the knees and the elbows. And then gently again using the hand to help if we need to. We're crossing the left ankle over the right thigh. And we're going to bring a little support for the left elbow. The fingers facing towards the knee, resting on the thigh. Gently, oh so gently, drawing that left hip open. Right hand resting on the tummy. Breath soft. Mind will inevitably get lost in stories during this time. When we notice these stories, maybe we can imagine they're like a little bubble, and we pop them within with our consciousness. We return our attention to the breath. In a moment, we're going to start getting ready for our next pose. We'll start by gently uncrossing the left ankle, and we're going to draw both the knees towards us for a few short moments, lowering the soles of the feet to the floor. Next, we're going to come another supported heart opener. Now we're going to need to do a little bit of construction for this one. So you may need to take blindfold. We're going to make like a little chair like this for the body. A couple of cushions, and the thing here is going to be making sure that the head has that little bit of extra support. So try lowering back, and that's good. And you see that the head is too far back here. Just going to come back. We might even want. When a bolster is really good. A little bit of playing around. Just try to stay really relaxed with it. Take your time. Finding a little stack that's going to be stable and support the head. And then we're going to be finding our blanket again. The soles of the feet are on the floor. And the pelvis is just kind of neutral. So there's a little wiggle until we feel long through the back. And soft, and then we're finding our blindfold, and we're finding our way into this supported heart opening pose. If we want to, we may try to send the legs away. This makes it a more intense stretch. If we send the legs away and we find that the knees are unhappy, another cushion can be placed underneath the knees. If the legs along the feet will tend to roll out to the side, that's what we want. Just let the feet fall out. Legs soft. And as we settle into this pose, letting the breath be really, really, really soft. Feeling the breath, listening to the mantra. Just gently noticing when the mind has got lost. Coming back to those anchors. Breath, the mantra. there's anywhere you can let go. Checking in with the face. Perhaps there's some more softness to be found around the back of the jaw. Perhaps the forehead might soften a little more. Keep softening the body. We're going to come to our next pose in just a few moments. This one's not very different. So gently rolling up off your little tower cushions. Try to leave it intact as possible. And we're going to take 2 matching props, either cushions or blocks, whatever you've got left. And we're going to be coming to supported Baddha Konasana. So we're going to be bringing the feet together and sending the knees out. And we're happy with our little tower again. See if we can spread the knees in this diamond shape. The feet are together. Settle ourselves with the blanket. And maybe block beneath the socks, beneath. And I want to feel that the neck is long and the lower back is lengthening and relaxed. And then we're finding a blanket at the ground. Sinking back into the breath. In the mind of the attention back to that. If we can find lots of maybe bringing fingers to a massage along the inner leg, finding any tight spots. Maybe you want to remain completely still. So in a moment we're going to move again, getting ready to move into our next pose. And we're going to be sitting up. Gently curl the chin towards the chest. Gently raise yourself up, maybe the hands come down. Gently bring yourselves up to sitting. Let the blindfold fall away, but keep the eyes closed or soft. And the next pose is going to be a supported forward fold. So the legs are going to reach away, either extending out fully, or we might be having a nice deep bend in the knees. For bending the knees, the first prop we're going to use is going to be the cushion under the knees. And then we're going to find another, just the edge of the cushion under the pelvis, and we feel the pelvis tipping forward. So it's almost like we want to fall forwards off the edge of this cushion, and that's naturally going to bring the body forwards. So we might want to get the blanket back over the legs at this point. And it doesn't matter where we're going to come to in this fold, so this is enough. Just want to see this rounding of the spine, but not arching back through the lower spine. So we're getting this feeling of falling off the cushion. And if we're not quite feeling that, of course we can try to sit up on another cushion as gently as we can. And this feeling of sliding forwards. And hopefully we feel that this lower back is in a natural neutral lumbar curve, and it's not in a unnecessary flexion. So you want the lower back to feel spacious and the upper back to be rounding. And then of course we're going to find our props and we're going to stack them up, and we're going to find our support, tipping forwards, falling off the seat, and finding the forehead coming onto the support, stacked cushions or stacked blocks. So we're really letting everything go here. Depending on the body, we might be more like this, or as we settle in, maybe we take away one or two blocks or cushions, and we're still able to have this feeling of heaviness, the spine lengthening out to the pelvis, eyes closed. Breathing into the back body. Maybe there's a sigh out through the mouth. Maybe we're breathing out through the mouth. Maybe one more of those deep inhale. A big sigh out through the mouth. We're gently going to walk ourselves back up. So we'll walk the fingers back. Head eventually coming to stack on top of the spine. A little twist to the right, looking over the right shoulder. A little twist to the left, looking over the left shoulder. So we're going to come to our Shavasana in a moment. But beforehand, we have an option to take a twist on each side if we think that is what we need, or we're coming straight to our Shavasana. Now for our twist, we'll come back onto the forearms. Make sure we've got a cushion here. Roll the left knee onto the cushion there. And then rolling away. The head is on a block for support. Maybe there's another cushion here under the knee. And there's a real feeling of softness and heaviness through the spine. We might find our blindfold again. The gaze up to the ceiling. We're only going to be here for another 30 seconds or so. Staying as soft and heavy as you can. Lift that left knee off the support. Gently reset the hips, flatten the spine. Keep the blindfold on if we can. The head sitting back on the block. Move the cushions over to the right, over to the left. Extend the left leg away. And we're rolling over. Maybe it's good to come in as we came in before. So we're placing the right knee, coming down onto the forearm. And then stretching the head back. Laying the shoulders down and opening up the arms. Finding blindfold. Deep twist. Knees supported, shoulders heavy. Gaze, face soft, back of neck supported by the block. for another minute or so. So staying down there in the twist, I'm going to tell you our options for our Shavasana. So we might just be rolling onto the back, staying where we are, extending the legs away, and just falling into our Shavasana. And if we'd like to give a little bit of extra love to the lower back, we're going to come to our Shavasana with our legs up the wall. If we've got a bit of wall handy, and the way that would look would be taking our thick blanket or our towel, folding it into a pad at the base of the wall, and to come in, we turn to sit side on, and we lean back and we swing the legs up onto the wall. So we've got this little bit of support with the pelvis resting on the pad. And of course I haven't brought my blindfold over to the wall here. So try not to make that mistake if you're still setting up. Just make sure we've got our blanket and our blindfold over at the wall. One more time to come in. We've got our shoulder towards the wall, coming back onto the forearms, and we find we can swing the legs up the wall. There, covering a bit of ourselves with the blanket. The legs can sometimes be a bit cold here. We're finding our blindfold. We're making sure we're really comfortable now as we come to our final resting pose together. With every breath, seeing if we can soften a little bit more. And a little bit more. Sinking down into the mat. And imagining the soul surrounded by a deep red glow. And it's a really warming, safe glow surrounding you. And the warmth of this red glow starts to permeate the joints, starting at the toes, the joints of the toes, and they're suffused with this gentle warmth. And the bones of the foot, each foot, all of the myriad little joints, warmed from the inside with this red glow. the ankles, this warmth seeping through our feet and the ankles, glowing with this calming, rejuvenating warmth. And that warmth, that red glow, starts to travel up legs, around the calves, around the shins and up to the knees, feeling the knees of this beautiful red energy, this red light. And it spreads further up the thighs, and the thighs soften and melt with this beautiful red glow. Now the whole of the legs and the feet, gently charged with this red light, this calming, healing red light. And this warmth starts to spread. It spreads up through the pelvic floor, groin, buttocks, through the digestive system, to the stomach, the kidneys, spleen, liver, all of the incredible machines that work, power us through each day, recharged, refreshed with this red light, this beautiful, soft, red glow. And that light spreads out from this core, from this base of the body, and it spreads to the extremities. So the muscles that wrap around the body, the ribs, and the organs of the upper chest, the heart and the lungs, the respiratory powerhouses, tirelessly work all day and all night, regardless of what we choose to do. And they are also touched, charged, filled by this beautiful red light. And this red light spreads out through the shoulders and into the arms, upper arms. It traces along the biceps and the triceps to the elbows, the tendons and the connective tissues at the elbows. It lead down into all the muscles of the forearm, in between the two bones of the forearm and down to the wrist. The magical structures of the arms all suffused with red light, gently glowing, softening, rejuvenating. And now the red light spreads down through the palms, the backs of the hands, to the fingers. And each joint of each finger and each joint of each thumb, gently glowing with this pleasing, safe, friendly red light. Now all of the leg and the foot is glowing, and all of the lower body and the upper body is glowing, and the arms are glowing, and the hands and the fingers are glowing. And now at last the red light spreads up the neck, wrapping around, caressing the back of the head, the scalp, the forehead, and at last the eyes, nose, ears, lips, tongue, and jaw, the organs and the features of the face, bathed in the healing red light. The whole body glowing, gently glowing with red light, a soft red light. Feeling of well-being spreading with the light. Everything's soft. And as the light now fades away, we're just left with the memory and the softness. Feeling the warmth of the body, feeling the softness of the body, feeling the flow of the prana with the breath. And if the legs are up the wall, gently, 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 going to bend the knees, make our way onto our side. And if we're lying on our back, we're also very gently going to make our way to lie on the side of the body. Maybe making a pillow with the arms and the head, maybe using a prop. We're lying on the side of the body. I'm noticing how we're feeling now. And we can stay here as long as we need to. And when you're ready, you can come up to sit. Or if you need to take more time, ignore these instructions and just stay lying on the side. We're sitting, draw the hands gently to the heart center in this prayer mudra, Anjali mudra. Bow the head. A moment to express gratitude to yourself for being here. Big breath in, a sigh out. Ah. Namaste.
She